They have this set here and I have every part of it. This is the item that I would say don't buy unless... Thanks so much for joining me. Today we are talking all about the Nordstrom anniversary sale. So as you can see, the title of this video is Don't Purchase Unless. So hopefully I can help you decide on things maybe you're considering. So I have a lot of experience with products because I've been on YouTube for 9 years now and I've had a chance to try out the best of the best, and that is the goal of this channel, is to identify the best of the best. So this is one of those sales that can get overwhelming. I think I did click on every single page that was available to see everything. Usually I'll filter through, but I did find some items that I actually have and have used for a while that I can give you my thoughts on. I'm especially satisfied when I purchase an item and I use it all the way up. And that's the lens we're using today. What are those things that are used to their maximum potential? We've got beauty, we've got some fashion. Let's just jump into something that I think might be interesting if you've been a viewer for a while or if you're new. This is by Shanta Kai. So I love Shanta Kai products. They're some of my very favorite when it comes to skincare and makeup. They have this set here and I have every part of it. We have a luminescent eye shade and this is in Cheetah. It's a warm champagne color. We also have here a very well loved eyeliner in Earth, and then we have a brightening eye kajal. This is something that as I'm gonna swatch them, I'll swatch everything for you, of course. This is the item that I would say don't buy unless you like something that has a little bit more shimmer to it. This has more intermittent shimmer. It comes across as more satiny on the swatch. I'm gonna show you in a moment. However, when it's on the eye, it is a little bit more dispersed individual particles that can be detected. And I love a more satiny kind of glow, so I would probably gravitate towards something like Beige Sable by Chanel. That one is really pretty, but if you like a little bit more glow, these luminescent eyeshadows are one of those kinds of products that look like you've spent a lot of time on your makeup. When you haven't, it's the way the light is reflected. So this one is a light champagne color. The earth color is very lovely. So if you have never tried Shanta Kai, this might be an interesting one to pick up. It'll give you a nice scope of their products. I have almost all of their eyeliners, if not all of their eyeliners. That's how much I love them. And then also the eye kajal in Bright. So this one is a brightening eyeliner. This one right here that is more opaque than other brightening eyeliners. So this isn't for someone who is new to makeup, because I think you've got to go with a really light hand for this to look really great. So this one's kind of a mixed review of these products. As you can see, I used Earth a lot. This is the easiest item to use and my most used out of all three. This is really great for a topper unless, of course, you just want something that has a little bit more elevated glow to it. And then this here is probably the one with the biggest learning curve, the eye kajal. So here are the swatches: the Cheetah, Earth, and then the nude color. I do have all of these products on right now, so if you want to see the get ready with me, that'll be coming up soon. Oh, also this bracelet here, I've worn it before. I found something similar to this bracelet on the sale. It has only one pearl, so I'll list it for you, or I'll put an image up here. There should be some tabs popping up, by the way, so as I'm talking, you should be able to click on them, take a closer look, read the description, add to the basket if you're considering it. One thing I like to do is I like to add things to my basket, kind of look at the total, and then take things away from it, depending on my budget. So that's something you can do while you're watching the video. If they are not popping up, there should be links down below in the description box as normal. They are all affiliate links, so thank you so much for using them, because I may get a small commission if you purchase through that link. Next up we have Valentino. So Valentino has a beautiful set of 3 of these lipsticks, and I have this one on right now. This one is 134 Couture in the Streets, and it's a really pretty matte. So if you like matte lipsticks, then you're really going to like this. It's more comfortable than other matte lipsticks that I've tried. It's not drying. But the reason you might not want to purchase this is if you don't like this matte finish. If you don't like this matte finish, you probably won't love this set. Or if you're someone who was interested in trying a matte, I think this is a nice step in that direction, because like I said, I don't love a matte lip, but I think it's still really flattering. I think it goes really well, especially when I have a more dewy complexion like this. I don't want everything shiny. So this would be a really great one to try if you were interested. And there are 3 full sizes in that one. So this is like a Your Lips But Better color on me, this Valentino Couture in the Streets. It's the color right there. Really pretty, you can see the finish. Okay, next we have another item by Shanta Kai. I love Shanta Kai products. I think I'm talking about all of the items that are available by Shanta Kai. And this is the Sheer Rose Glow Face Tint. And it's exactly what it says. They have 3 versions of this. They have a sheer gold face tint. They have one that's got a bronze tone to it. This one is definitely pink. It does have a cooler undertone to it than the other ones. So this one really depends on your undertone. So if you do not want something with this cooler undertone, I would not purchase this one, especially since there are 2, because if you already don't love this, then that's 2 that you wouldn't be using. I love it. I love having this and the gold and the bronze. I use them interchangeably. Sometimes I will mix them together. I have it on my face right now. We've got maybe twice as much on this side than I do on this side. It's also really hot, so that might be why I'm extra glowy, because the air conditioning is off. I might have to turn it on a little bit. It's so hot. But I love this directly on the skin, which is my base today. I have on no foundation. I just have a little bit of concealer on. In addition to this Rose Glow face tint, I don't have any powder either. So you can see what a nice job it does of softly reflecting that light. So it's a bit of a filtered effect. I also have mixed this in with other products. I've put this down under my under eye concealer, so it kind of sheared out the under eye concealer. But it's a makeup skincare hybrid, my favorite kind of product, especially for no makeup. I love it. It looks really natural. This is the kind of product I will put on when I am in person because it looks so pretty. It makes the skin look beautiful. It looks healthy. So here's what it looks like. You can see there is the texture. And you can see it's just got a soft glow. This is not part of the sale, but if you were curious, I am wearing the Hermes 01 Rose Porcelain on my hands, fingers, nails, with the base coat and the top coat by Hermes. I love them. So in case you were wondering, this is kind of out of order, but I'm just picking up things as I see them. We've got this Maison Francis Kurkdjian fragrance set. I picked this one up last year. I compared the fragrances that are available in this one versus the one that's available this year. And there were a couple that were not the same. But I think the most interesting one, the one that maybe might prompt someone to pick this up, is that they have the Baccarat Rouge 540 in here. And I still think it's a really pretty fragrance. I consider this more of a power suit fragrance. If I had an important meeting, that is the one I would try. But what's great about this kind of set, and I have one that I took out that I must have put in a travel case somewhere. I can't find it, but that's how much I liked that one. What's nice about this is that you can try a lot and they're quite generous. Each one of these sizes, there's quite a bit in there. So if you like Maison Francis Kurkdjian, it might be a really great one to pick up. And you might not want to pick this up if you don't actually use samples, because even though I had this grand idea that I was gonna really test each one of these out, I haven't in a year had a chance to try them out as much as I wanted to. I actually forgot that I had them, but they are all really lovely fragrances. I feel like if you don't have as much fragrance as I do, like this is a lot to be testing out, then this might be a great one, especially if you love Baccarat Rouge 540 already, then this is great travel size, and then you can try other ones as well. But I really love this fragrance house. I think they really do such a lovely job. So if you're interested and you think you'll use them, I really do think it's wise to try out fragrances before purchasing a full size, because body chemistry can make a fragrance smell different from person to person. Okay, we also have here tools. I have this by PMD. It's a Microderm abrasion tool, and I just started using this. So it is newer to me than most of the other products. I think I've had some of these items for more than a year, as well as maybe 6 months or so. This is the newest to me. It's by PMD, again, Microderm abrasion. And what's nice about this is I've got the box here because I think it really helps illustrate this. It shows what it does: exfoliation, vacuum, and then it says, once the dead, dull skin barrier is removed, skincare products can penetrate significantly deeper, maximizing their benefits. And I love that. So we have here disc colors, and there are also sizes. So I've got them here, the various disc sizes, and they suggest working your way up in terms of intensity. So I've still got the first one to use. It says weekly as well, so it's not like it's every day, which is nice. So like I said, I just started using it, and Microderm abrasion is the only in spa kind of thing I've had done to my face. I don't have Botox, I don't have fillers, I don't do anything to my face. Not that I have anything against it, I'm trying to see how far I can get without other things. This is the only in-clinic thing I've ever had done. I think I've it done twice or maybe 3 times in my lifetime. Yeah, easy to use weekly treatments to reveal smoother, brighter, and more youthful looking skin. So reason to not use this is if someone doesn't use the tools they already have. I have so many beauty tools because many are sent to me and I have a hard time getting around to using them. This one is once a week, so that's nice. It's not like a daily thing. So do think about that in terms of use. But if it's an interesting concept, microdermabrasion, and once a week sounds manageable, then I think it's a great investment. We've got here the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base, and I applied that today before I applied my makeup. And usually this is not the primer I use. Because I have combo skin, this really is like a very emollient moisturizer. It's lovely. So it does feel more like a moisturizer than a primer to me, but it feels like a whipped butter texture. If you are like me and a fan of the Chanel primer, this one where it's mattifying, this is a completely different texture. It doesn't have that like that glide to it. It's, again, more like a very emollient, very lovely moisturizer that I think would work well on drier skin types. I have combo skin. Here's what it looks like. It's really pretty. It's a little too moisturizing for my skin, especially in the summer. But for me, I stick to my moisturizers by Shanta Kai as well as this primer as my go-to primer. But it is very nice. So also, they've got this Prada lip product available in a set with 2 others. I believe they're all minis, and this is the one that is pH. And this is how much I love this. Almost an empty here. That's how much I really enjoyed this. I tried this on in the Get Ready With Me. It really is a pretty Your Lips But Better kind of look. I really like it. A reason to not purchase this though is it is a pH product, so it looks different depending on each individual person. Their lip color, body chemistry, all of that factors in, so it may look different person to person. I especially love these because they tend to work really well on me. I just get a hint of color. It looks really pretty. I love that it is more sheer. You can see your natural lips through it. So this is my favorite kind of product. And there are 2 other items, but if one is not going to use all of them, it's not worth it. So I think it hinges on this product here because it is pH and it's a little bit more unpredictable than say a lip shade, but I really enjoyed this one. I have this sitting here because I wanted to make sure to talk about it. This is one of those slip silk pillowcases, and I'm trying to find, where does it say slip on here? Okay, so you can see it's kind of coming apart because this is 5 years old. This is a 5-year-old pillowcase. And one thing that I did not do is I did not wash it the way I was supposed to, but it still is in pretty good shape. I just kind of wash it with all of my other bedding. So one thing to take note of, I would not purchase this if one does not want to take special care of the pillowcases separate from the rest of the bedding, because it's not made of cotton, which is the rest of our bedding is. It's more delicate. But what I do love is that it's great for my hair and my skin, and it's really comfortable to sleep on. During this day, I'm gonna pick up the 2 queen size. They're also more in line with the color of our bedding, which is white. I think it's a little bit like an off-white or ivory color. This is a black, so you can see how well it has been maintained, but with the new ones, I'm definitely going to watch out and be more careful with them, but this is 5 years, so that's still really good. And then, speaking of the slip products, I do have these bands, hair bands by Slip Silk, and a reason to not buy these, as much as I love them, is if one does not keep track of these kinds of hair bands because of the price. If you look at the price, it's a lot to lose one versus like a regular kind of hairband. These are really great for my hair though, because they don't pull on them and they protect my hair a little bit better than a regular hairband. So I enjoy them, but also I'm very sad when I misplace one because of the cost. So unless someone is very careful about keeping track of these things, maybe pass on that, but I would recommend them if you were interested. Another device here, we've got the PMD steamer. So this is a great device for opening up the pores, and you can use this anytime during your skincare routine. And that would be the reason why I would say to pass on this is, again, when it comes to devices, when they are not used, they are not effective. So If someone doesn't have a lot of time, maybe skip on the devices because they do take time. You got to fit them into the routine. This is a 15-minute recommended time, so that's adding 15 minutes to your routine. Not to say it's a daily thing, definitely how one wants to incorporate it. There's a lot of flexibility here. There's a little well for water. The steam comes out of here. It's adjustable if you want it, and you just push it on. Really easy on and off here. So this is definitely for a skincare maximalist, someone who really enjoys taking care of their skin. It's part of how they get ready for bed or ready for the day, depending on, again, where you want to place this in the routine. I enjoyed it. It made my skin feel really soft. I demo it in the Get Ready With Me so you can see the steam. It's very much like a vapor more than like a steam. It's really nice. I think SilkSteam is the word they use. I think it's a perfect name for it. So I do want to highlight that in case you were interested. Hello from the future. I just edited the video and realized a whole chunk was not recorded. So I think the file was corrupt or something. So I'm refilming a little bit and then we'll get to the end. We got this Westman Atelier. It is the blush in Chouchette. Now there's a set that has two small versions of it, one in Chouchette and the other one I believe is Petal. This is the one that I have on now. So I have not retouched my makeup since I filmed, and that was about 2 to 3 hours ago. I've had a snack. I haven't touched up the lip or anything, so I hope that shows the longevity of both the blush, actually everything that I have on. The Sheer Rose Glow Face Tint, the mascara hasn't run or anything like that. And it's been really hot. Just to use one of the Slip Silk scrunchies to tie my hair back there. But I did want to say that this is a lovely cream blush. So if you've not tried Westman Atelier blushes before, this one's beautiful. It has a lovely tone to it. It's very neutral on me. Has a bit of warmth to it. The other shade looked like it had a little bit more pink. It works really well for me, especially with the concealer. It doesn't lift concealer off. It's one of the few cream blushes that doesn't do that. One thing though to pay attention to is the appearance of this on the skin is very different than something like the Merit Balm, if you've tried that, or the new Dior blushes. Those are beautiful, but they're more translucent, a little bit more glossy finish. This is very much a cream blush finish, which is why it works really well with concealer on me, because it's not emulsifying the concealer underneath. So I love it. It's very natural looking. Like I said, it's not as dewy as some other blushes that are on the market now, but it's very nice for what it is, which is a cream blush. So if you like the Victoria Beckham blushes, you'll probably like this a lot. So let me swatch it for you. That is Chouchette. Beautiful shade. I always check the sale for any Longchamp items. This one is not part of the sale, but I spotted the City Tote, which has long handles so it can be worn over the shoulder. And then there's a City Cosmetic case, which is a Nordstrom exclusive. If you were curious about Longchamp quality, I've traveled several times with the one that I have, and it is a staple piece that I take on every trip. The reason I would not purchase either of the sale items is if one was looking for something more versatile for travel, like the one that I have. I definitely go with the one with the zip if possible, because it allows for the bag to be expanded. It's also really durable. But if you're looking for a daily tote or a little micro bag, these are great options. The next item is a skincare item. This is a Dr. Diamond's Medicine Plasma. And this one, if you want to click on the link here that's popping up hopefully right now, it'll open up the site for you and it'll show you what I'm looking at. So these are the claims. There are 2 in the pack. It says it helps to even skin tone, helps with hyperpigmentation, and also helps with forehead wrinkles. Now I've been using this for a few months. Like I said, I love Shanta Kai skincare, but I wanted to take a break and try these out. So I've got this. I've got actually 2 other products from this line that I use. I use this and another product in the morning, and I use this and 2 products in the evening. Ever since I've used this, my skin feels really smooth. That's the biggest thing that I noticed, is that it felt smooth. Now for hyperpigmentation, that is my largest concern. If you've been here before, you know I have tried to work on this for years now. It is improving quite a bit. Now I can't say that this is the only product that is effective on my skin, because I do use other products that address hyperpigmentation and dark spots. Actually, I'm using the Dermalogica, that set, the Duo again, and it's really making a nice difference, but this I think is helping. For me, it's hyperpigmentation. It looks like this, serum-y texture. Let me show you. It looks like this. You can see it's very fluid, and it feels really nice on the skin. I really enjoy it. I will continue using this. I have another one ready to go. There are 2, like I said, in this set. The reason why I would recommend not purchasing it is if you have not yet tried it, because that's a lot of product to waste if it's not something that you love. So if you already have discovered this product and you love it, I think it's a great deal. So if it was me and I hadn't tried it before, I wouldn't spend the money on 2 of them unless I had really given it a good try. So I wanted to mention that is available if you already love it. Okay, speaking of the same criteria in that you might want to try something before buying 2 of them, and I love this product. This is the Shanta Kai Faux Longest Lash Mascara. It is my favorite mascara, has been for years. I continue to measure other mascaras against this. It builds volume, length, gives my lashes a lift really quickly, and that's what I like. I don't like slow building mascara. So this is my holy grail mascara. So for me, it is worth it to pick up 2 at the sale price. However, the reason not to purchase this if you have not tried it yet, because some people might have a different opinion about what kind of mascara they like, and it's very particular in terms of luxury mascaras. This is different. Typically other luxury mascaras build so slowly and it takes forever for me to get the volume that I want. This one is really quick. It takes about 1 to 2 coats. So I love this, but if you have not tried it, I would try 1 first before purchasing the 2. So I've got here the Moonlight Pajama Set, and I purchased this last year. It's the short sleeves. It's black with white piping. And this is the shorts version. You can see here, again with the white piping. I purchased these last year and they have worn really well and washed really well, and they didn't pill. But the key is to not wash it with other items that would contribute to the pilling. So things like fleece that might release some fibers that would pill with it, I try to avoid that. So things like workout gear are the types of fabrics that I wash this with. I have used this in every season. I live in a warmer climate and it's very appropriate to wear this in the winter or the summer. It really doesn't matter. However, I would not advise purchasing this if one lives in a cooler climate, because wearing this in the winter might not make a lot of sense. And I like to get the most of my clothing, so I would purchase something different depending on my climate. Actually, there are some items that I'm looking at that are also cotton. So if you want cotton material, this is more like a jersey. So if you want more of a woven cotton material, there are some lovely pajamas that I found and nightgowns that I found. So I'll list them as well below for you that I'm also considering. But this has been a really great purchase. I travel with this. It travels really easily as well. And we got these as gifts for other people last year, so it is a great gift. Then we've got this Elemis Cleansing Balm. If you have not been here before, I love this cleansing balm. This is a little bit of a different version. This is the Black Cherry Cleansing Balm. The one that is on sale is the original, and it's giant. It's one that I purchased last year myself, and it lasted many months. 6 to 9 months, something like that. It seemed to go and go forever. So I definitely got my use out of that one. It wasn't empty, and I continue to use Elemis Cleansing Balm products. So if you like a cleansing balm, you're really going to like it. The reason to not purchase this, again, I'm gonna go along with the same things I've been talking about, the same theme. If there are 2 in a set, or if it's a very large size and you've never tried it before, it would not be a great time to try it, because in case you don't like it, there's going to be a lot of waste. And if you don't love double cleansing or a skincare routine, this is just going to add another step. Now, I like it because it softly emulsifies all my makeup. So I'm not tugging and pulling at my skin. So I'm willing to put in a little bit of extra time so that I'm more gentle on my skin, more gentle on my lashes, my eyebrows, all of those things that I'm trying to keep intact. That's why I use it. So it's really gentle, and then I do double cleanse. Not necessary, but I do double cleanse. It's especially great to help break down SPF. I wear SPF every day and it adheres really well, and sometimes it can be difficult to remove it. And this cleansing balm does a really nice job of removing the SPF that I use. Then we've got this YSL product. This is the Rouge Volupté Candy Glaze. Now, this is not the exact color that's available in the set that has 2, but I did want to talk about the formula because it's one of my favorite, and it's glossy. So it's kind of like between a balm and a gloss. The finish, hopefully you can see, is glossy, and that's what I love about it. It gives a nice glow. It's not sticky, but it also has a nice sheen to it. Really healthy looking, very comfortable on the lips. So I'll show this to you. Hopefully you can see there the glow that you get and the glossiness. It's really pretty. This happens to be in the shade 05. If you don't love glossy finishes, then I would pass on that one because It's going to definitely be obvious that it has a glossier finish to it that's got a glow. If you were considering the away luggage pieces, I've had this one for several years. It's slightly different. It is very durable and I've used it on both planes and for road trips. And the reason I would say to pass on this purchase, it has more to do with the color than the performance. So I've got a white shade and it looks like there's a light gray shade available. And while it is beautiful, it does show scuff marks more easily than a darker piece of luggage. So just know if you like this lighter shade, it may require more upkeep. Okay, I'm gonna have to take my actual shoe off for this because I'm wearing them right now. These are my house slippers and I only wear them inside until I've worn them for years. So we've got the Birkenstock Arizonas with the shearling. And like I said, I purchase one a year. And since I purchase one a year, I'm considering purchasing the ones that are on sale and then just saving them until January because I know I'm going to purchase them anyway. This is great for hard floors like ours. They are concrete floors, they're finished. That can be really hard on my feet and my legs. So this support is really nice. And these are in a gray color, but I think the ones on sale are a different color. Like I said, I'll put the image here. And these are hard to find on sale. So that's why I want to take advantage during the sale. A reason to not purchase these is if you've not worn Birkenstocks before, because the footbed is quite firm. It's not soft and squishy like a lot of other slippers, but also that doesn't work well for me on a hard surface. But you've got to put your foot all the way into the shoe in order for it to fit ergonomically. And also it takes a while for it, not a while, but it does take some time for the footbed to form to each individual foot. So my mom has tried these before and she says they're hard, but it's because it's not her foot, it's my foot. And also you've got to put your foot all the way in, because if your middle of your foot is resting on this part, this back part here, like some slippers you can halfway put on, these you can't just halfway put on. If you put your foot here, it doesn't give. So you're definitely going to feel that. So that would be a reason to not purchase these, but these work the best for me, actually, since they're not squishy, because the floor is such a hard surface. Also, this Simple Human Mirror, I've had this for a long time. It's a magnifying mirror. It's been on the sale, I think, many years in a row, and I still love mine. I do my makeup in my vanity area with this. Now, the reason why I would say not to purchase this, and I've thought about this, is because this does not match the hardware of my vanity area at all. I would consider trying to match. So if your bathroom is like this brushed nickel, then that makes a lot of sense. This set, I had to think a little bit about why wouldn't I purchase this, or why would I recommend not to purchase this, because I love everything here. This is the L'Occitane Dry Skin Hand Cream. There's a large size, there's a travel size, and then there's also this nail and cuticle oil. So I have several of these. That's how much I love this. This one I happen to take from the TV area near the remote control, because as we're sitting watching TV, sometimes I realize my hands are dry, need some moisture. So I'll apply this. I have several of these, not just one. I took this out of my travel case because we are traveling soon. I've got some in my bags. This is really handy because this does not roll all over the place. It just flips like that. So that's why it's excellent for travel. And then this is nice because a lot of cuticle oils I see are in a jar, or like a, is that right? A jar, a container that's glass. It looks like a nail polish almost. This one does have a brush just like those. This is much more convenient to travel with. So all of these are in use, and let me just show you the texture. So you can see how it keeps its form. So I would say that the reason to not purchase this is if someone does not have dry hands, because it's really great for dry hands. It absorbs really well. It's not greasy. Another reason to not purchase this is if you're looking for a signature scent or fragrance. I know some other fragrance companies have their own lotions. If someone's looking for a fluid kind of moisturizer for the hands, this is not it. It's pretty heavy duty. It does the job though, and really helps out quite a bit with my hands. I wash them a lot, and so moisturizing after is really key. It's one of the lotions that I go through time and time again. I've had several empties, especially of this, so make sure to pick that up if you like that kind of lotion. Okay, and I think it's back to the rest of the video. Okay, let me talk about these and then I'm gonna talk about what I'm wearing here, which is by Frank and Eileen. One other thing I noticed that has been hard to get a hold of, which they have on the preview, are these New Balance 327s. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 pairs of these. That's how much I love them. And I love them because they really elongate the leg. You can see the more almond toe shape there, and that's what I think does it. And then it kind of curves in. You can see the bottom there curves in where the arch is. So they are very, very flattering. The reason to not purchase them is because they're more of a lifestyle shoe versus an actual running shoe. So I would purchase those if you want them as a lifestyle shoe to look nice with some athleisure wear, that kind of thing. They are not great for running though. When I get questions about these earrings, they are diamond with 18 karat gold. And I always try to find something that looks like them because I think this size is difficult to find. Usually they are Huggies. And what I saw on the site, I'll put a picture up here, they're Monica Vinader and they say Huggy and they do look smaller. So if you were hoping that they were going to look like this earring, they are not going to look like this earring because they are smaller. I really looked for earrings that looked like these to maybe find something that was similar enough, but I don't think that those Monica Vinader hoop earrings are similar enough to these earrings. So I wouldn't say they are similar. But if you're looking for something smaller, that might be a good way to go. Oh, I also had to mention the most expensive item. I always mention the most expensive item is the two-toned 18 karat gold collar necklace. So that one is $62,000-ish, and after the sale goes up to $93,000. So let me know if you're getting it. I would love to know who buys these every year because I actually think that the most expensive item this year is not as expensive as previous items that have fit that category. Let me know if that is appealing to you. Also, I did want to note if you wanted to try anything La Mer, this is a great little set. Mini Miracles skincare set. I know so many people are intrigued to buy the La Mer products. They have such a following, so if you wanted to try them, I have tried La Mer products. I continue to go back to Shanta Kai, but in case you did want to try La Mer products, then you can pick up this little set. I think that is the best way to try anything, is a little sample of everything so that you know what you love. The New Face device, that one looked like one of the best deals to me. It's the Trinity Advanced Toning Complete Set. It's got a facial toning device. It has wrinkle reducer attachment, a lip and eye attachment, the Hydra Aqua, the activator, as well as the one that I love, the firming and brightening. I use that one with mine, and then an applicator brush. So the total value is almost $800, but on sale it's $398 and then goes up to $595 after the sale. So if you ever wanted to try that in a complete set, as well as the activators, I think that's a great one, especially considering if you bought them all individually. I really like the New Face device. I use mine regularly. It's either that or the Halo device. So I use that for uplifting. Again, if you have not been here before, I'm 53 years old. I do not do anything to my face except for any at-home devices like the PMD microdermabrasion I just mentioned, the Halo device, and the New Face device. Oh, there are also some home things that I really enjoyed, like Le Creuset. We've had really good luck with our Le Creuset items. We have several. We have pants, we have pots. I'll list my picks below. Oh yeah, and then I wanted to mention Frank and Eileen. So this top, it's not a top, actually, this is a dress by Frank and Eileen. It's the, I believe, the Emma dress. And they have a top that looks similar to this collar, and it's the Patrick, I believe, the Patrick Popover. It's a Popover Henley, and Frank and Eileen products have been some of my most well-loved. I love Frank and Eileen, Buck Mason, what are the brands? Jenny Kane. On the everyday, these items are things that last a long time. They wear really well, they wash really well. So any of the Frank and Eileen products, if you're a fan like me, definitely check those out. The Dennis Gross, these universal daily peels, if you were interested in a daily peel, what's nice is you can travel with these too because there are 2 steps here. So there's a step 1 and a step 2. And step 1, it says exfoliate and smooth, and step 2 is anti-aging neutralizer. And actually, now that I took these out, I may take them with me on my trip because I need something that wasn't going to require a separate toner and a cotton pad. So this is what I'm going to use in lieu of that. So I've got 1, 2, 3. I really like these. Now the reason why I would say don't purchase this is if you don't want to take extra steps. Again, you have 2 steps here. There is quite an effect as well. And it says smooth radiant skin in 2 minutes. Helps smooth fine lines, minimize the look of pores, improve the appearance of uneven tone and texture. And this is more for maximalists because you do have to take the extra time and step with this, but I really like the results. I like that they are portable, great for travel. I'm gonna leave a little link to like a shop that you can shop where I select items and I curate them, and then you can shop through that little link. And I'll have a lot of items that I also noticed. I found some sunglasses I really liked that I'll list there. And any other wish list items that I forgot to talk about, I will also list there. I hope that was helpful in terms of deciding what to purchase and what not to purchase. One thing I like to do is I like to put things in my cart and then see what the total is and start taking things away based on my budget. That's one of the things I really like doing. So I hope I was able to help tip the scale either way in terms of not purchasing or purchasing something based on the experience I've had with these products. Let us know if you have had experience with these products. What would you repurchase? Do let us know what you think are the best deals on the Nordstrom anniversary sale. We'd love to know. But that is it for today's video, so please take care of each other, stay well if you enjoyed this video. If you learned something, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Then I think it's really wise to try it out before you purchase.